Today we have Macaira with us. And although she is coming at us from Indiana today, she does have a Chicago connection. So Macaira was an intern and an employee of our local favorite, Mata Traders, for a bit. And she currently is living in Indianapolis, and she runs an Instagram blog and Etsy shop called Gab's Gal. And she's really great, and I wanted to feature her for Conscious Closet Club is because she gives secondhand items a second chance, and I think she'll talk more about that in her tour. But I think it's a great ethical piece of our closet that maybe we haven't talked about too much. So Macaira, do you want to take it away?
Yeah, thank you so much, Miranda, first of all, for having me do this. I'm so excited to share some of my favorite pieces and just, my overall passion for conscious fashion. So just to start off, I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of how I think of ethical fashion. So the way I would sort of define it is keep buying apparel consciously in a way that you think would do as little harm to people and the planet with what's available to you. So for instance, if your budget is only for secondhand clothes, that's still great because you're helping to eliminate waste. Or maybe it's looking at ethical companies, fair trade companies, and just looking at companies who overall will keep in mind the well-being of their workers all throughout their supply chain, and then also who are good environmental stewards. So as you can see, we're not in my closet today. My closet's actually pretty cramped. So I thought I would just throw everything on this rack that I wanted to show you. And I wanted to kind of cover 3 different types of ethical fashion that I am primarily involved with. So first, I wanted to go over some fair trade and ethical brands, and then some thrifted items, and then finally some of my refashioned pieces. So am I okay to start with my fair trade stuff first, Miranda?
Yeah, let's go. I'm most excited about the refashion, but fair trade is also wonderful too, and we're big fans as part of Chicago Fair Trade. So yeah, let's kick it off with fair trade.
All right. Well, I thought I would start off with Chicago's beloved Mata Traders, of course. Like she said, I worked with them for a little while and interned with Mata. So I pulled a couple of my favorite dresses, but I have so many of them, so it was hard to choose. But if you're not familiar with Mata, they're really well known for their beautiful prints and then really great silhouettes. And then another reason I really like them is because they all have pockets, or at least all the dresses I have pockets. And I am somebody who actually uses my dress pockets, so that's a big seller for me.
Yes, pockets are important. I am also representing Mata in my top today.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah. Shout out.
Nice. And since I've had a lot of these dresses for 5+ years, I'm always looking for new ways to freshen them up, so it's kind of new to me. So I always encourage people to kind of play around with what you have because you never know what new looks you can come up with. So yeah, this dress I've had for a while. I usually just wear it as a simple dress, maybe with a cardigan, but I played around and layered it over button up. And then I also have this statement necklace, which is also from Mata Traders. So as you can see, I'm a big fan of their company.
I love that. It's great to think of new ways to use pieces. And like you said, just kind of freshen it up new to you, because sometimes we can get bored with things in our closet and feel like we have to buy things.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just have to think about things a little bit differently.
Yeah, and a common quote I see going around in the sustainable fashion space is, the most sustainable piece of clothing is the one you already own. So that's something I'm also trying to get in my head too,
Yeah.
So another one of my favorite fair trade brands is Pact. So they do a lot of women's, men's, and kids loungewear, underwear. They have dresses, and they do home goods too. And I really like them because they're super affordable. So at least in my opinion. So here I have this high neck black sports bra, and it's super comfortable. And I currently work for a sporting goods company, or a sporting apparel company. So this is just really up my alley right now, and it looks really great with high-waisted leggings or skirts or pants. So again, Packed, really love them.
Yeah, and I think that was a good call out about affordability, because there is kind of a sense that a lot of sustainable fashion can be kind of prohibitive with the pricing, but I think that you're going to have a good variety to show us today. So That's good.
Yeah, and I think affordability is a big thing for a lot of people when they think of ethical fashion. It is pricier, but and when you're talking about undergarments, maybe packed is more expensive than what you normally purchase. But for me, it's like, okay, I'd rather have something that is really comfortable and lasts a while. So that's unique to each person, of course. So yeah, but yeah, definitely a range. Like this is a higher price range than packed, I would say. But I actually won these in an Instagram giveaway. But this company is Symbology, and so this is a fair trade company, and I think their tagline is making fair trade sexy. So they kind of have more of an elegant factor to their look, and these are 100% silk, so super beautiful and comfortable. Um, yeah, really recommend that company because it's also well constructed, which is a big deal for me. So,
Durability is important, of course.
yeah, right. Every once in a while you come across some companies that are a big deal to some people, but I think the sometimes it's not as well constructed as I'd like it to be. So that's why I really like Symbology. And then some of the other pieces I want to move on to are from ethical brands. To my knowledge, they're not fair trade because they don't have an association with a fair trade certifier or a membership with the Fair Trade Federation, but I've vetted them myself, and a lot of ethical fashion blogs have also vetted them, so I feel good showing them to you. But the
Can
first one,
you maybe touch on like what are your criteria for when you're shopping for something new?
yeah. So when I'm shopping for something new, first of all, I usually follow brands on Instagram, so I have like a big running list. But it's I look for fair trade brands that are certified or have a membership with the Fair Trade Federation. So that's pretty easy because somebody's already told you this is good enough. But when it comes to other companies that say they're sustainable or green or whatever, there's a lot of greenwashing out there. So a big way for me to make sure that I'm shopping with the right company is, I don't know, I think it's pretty easy to tell if you visit their website. If they have a whole page about their the treatment of their garment workers or their environmental stewardship, they're usually, if they've gone and done that work, they usually are pretty good. On the other hand, if they have maybe one little simple sentence placed somewhere just to satisfy people, that's kind of a sign of greenwashing to me.
Yeah, and I think that's a great call out. I think looking for the more details you can find, the more legitimate it probably is, right?
Yeah. And then again, like with the blogs, ethical fashion blogs, like The Good Trade is a nice one I like to follow. So they don't always do just fair trade stuff, but then I know if they're featuring other sustainable brands, excuse me, that they've already vetted it for me. And so that's also a really good way for people who don't have time to do their own research, I guess.
I also love the good trade.
Yeah, such a fan. Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, these are just other ethical brands. So this first one is a dress from Raven and Lily. Just super comfortable. And then I just like this black base because it's really nice to pair funky, cool jewelry with that I find at like estate sales or something like that. But the other pieces I wanted to share are some shoes. So these sandals are from Able. I think they were also called Fashionable at one point, so you might know them by that. But leather shoes, sandals, they're super comfortable, and they also have just a great assortment of some really trendy shoes too, which I like. So just continuing with my ethical brands. So I just wanted to call it these Seiko sandals. This was the last thing we were chatting about. Super comfortable. And then we have these Nisolo boots. So Nisolo is a pretty well-known brand in the ethical fashion space. And these are fantastic because I wear them probably at least 3 times a week during the fall and winter. And they're water resistant, which is perfect for Indiana, Chicago folks. But yeah, super comfortable and really versatile. So yeah, that's the end of my fair trade ethical brands. So I was going to go into my thrifted stuff next, unless you have any thoughts or anything, Miranda.
No, I think it's great that you talked about some shoes too, because I feel like sometimes, we focus on more apparel, but accessories are also a part of our conscious closet. So love seeing those ethical footwear brands.
Yeah, definitely. I love shoes. That's actually my favorite thing to shop for. So had to focus on those for sure. So yeah, in terms of other thrifted things, if you can't tell, I really love color and pattern. So these are two of my favorite thrifted shirts. It's actually, I think it's kind of a double thrift because I took them from my mom's closet who thrifted them. So yeah, but this one especially is super cute. I've seen a lot of this on Pinterest lately where people get patterned silk or polyester blouses. And it's super cute since it's buttoned up. You can just tuck in like one side to your high-waisted jeans and then wear a really cute kitten heel or something with it, which is great for an office if we ever go back to the office. So yeah, love this shirt.
We're just going to the grocery store.
Right, exactly. We're happy to dress up now. Yeah, so one thing I think people who aren't familiar shopping secondhand, one thing they ask a lot is, what kind of things should I even look for? And like I mentioned earlier, I think or maybe I didn't mention this, but I make a list of items that I want to shop for when I go to the thrift store, just so I know what to look for. But in general, for everybody, blazers is a really great thing to look for, and jackets in general. So this one's super great. Found this at Goodwill. Accidentally bought 3 others for myself at the same time. And this one, I went a size up just because I like that looser fit. And, for that same reason, I tell men to shop in the men's section for jackets and blazers too.
I like doing that as well.
Yeah, I know. Men have some really good things sometimes. So this is one of my favorite pairs of thrifted jeans. It has this really cute pleating at the top. And one thing I wanted to mention too, my little denim secret when shopping secondhand is a lot of people look for Levi's when they shop secondhand because they know that, first of all, that's kind of a cool vintage thing. And also Levi's are high quality. They have a really great fit. But when you look for Levi's, I think sometimes they're hard to find because everybody's looking for them. Or the price has been kind of jacked up because, again, there's the demand. So my secret is to look for Bill Blass denim. So Blass is Blass. And I think it's the exact same quality as Levi's. Again, these are like a really good high-waisted fit. So highly recommend Bill Blass. All right. And then this coat came from ThredUp. So ThredUp is an online thrift store. It's fantastic because there's a search engine, right? So if you're looking for something specific, you can easily, or I shouldn't say easily, but you can find it a little more easily than if you went to a Goodwill, for instance. So this one is one of my proudest finds because originally it was $600 and I got it for, I think, $50. So it's got this really nice faux leather trim on the front and on the back and super perfect for winter, really warm.
I love that. And I think that's great to mention about ThredUp too, because I also like using sites like that if I'm looking for something really specific in thrifting. And I think it's kind of a good gateway for folks who maybe don't want to spend that time digging through the racks quite yet.
Right.
The secondhand market.
Yeah, and Poshmark's another great one for that reason too. So it's a little bit of a different scenario, but again, there's still a search engine, so it's helpful for a lot of folks.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I wanted to go over here to my dress form too really quick. So this is a completely thrifted outfit, and I just wanted to show people like, yes, you can put a really great thrifted outfit together just, by shopping secondhand. So this hat, this jacket, and this shirt are all from ThredUp, like I just talked about. This necklace is from an estate sale. Really love estate sales and garage sales. And then I think this belt, which has this pretty detailing in the back, and the purse are from a garage sale. And these shorts were jeans that I got from Poshmark, but the knees got really baggy, so I just cut them off for the shorts. So yeah, that's a full thrifted outfit for you.
I love it. Looks great.
And then one final secondhand piece that I wanted to call out is this one. So this tank top isn't necessarily my favorite by any means, but I wanted to call it out because I got it in a clothing swap with my friend.
So a clothing swap is a super easy way to get new clothes for free, essentially, because you're just trading, right? And I think you're kind of guaranteed to get higher quality or cleaner things because it's with people you know. So yeah, I got this from a friend and it's super cute and comfy.
I love that. And Chicago Fair Trade and the Conscious Closet Club, early in the Conscious Closet Club's days at the end of last year, had a clothing swap. This was
Ah,
fun. It was a lot of fun.
nice. Yeah, I'll have to come to the next one. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Hopefully we're able to do that safely soon.
right. Yeah, I definitely am looking forward to doing another one soon when we can. So oh, and these last couple things I forgot. So these are some thrifted shoes I wanted to call out, and I just wanted to call these out because they're really cool, funky, fun shoes, and I feel like some people think you can't get good shoes secondhand, but these were basically brand new. Like it when I bought them, it didn't look like anybody had worn them. And these I got from a local place in Indy called Clothes Mentor. I think they might be a nationwide um, company actually. And then these I got from ThreadUp too.
Yeah, I also love ThreadUp for shoes because I have trouble finding my size
Yeah.
shopping in person, and ThreadUp has it's great to filter by size to make sure you're only looking at what's going to fit.
Yeah, and another thing with shoes specifically that I like on ThreadUp is that you can search new with tags or almost new or something like that, and that's really great because with shoes especially, at least for me, I don't want something that's already formed to somebody else's foot, you know. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. So yeah, my next section is all refashion. So
Yes.
like Maria said, oh sorry, go ahead.
Oh, just saying, I'm so excited for this part.
I know. These are my favorite for sure. Like you said at the beginning, I run a Instagram blog and Etsy shop called Gab's Gal. And my tagline is giving secondhand items a second chance. So the idea behind this came about because I thought, when you're going through Goodwill and you pick up something and you think, who would ever buy this? This is going to end up in the landfill, or this has stains all over it. This is truly going to end up in the garbage. How sad. And I thought, you know what? I bet I could take some clothes and either refashion them or cover up the stains. So I guess I could start with my outfit that I'm wearing. So I was browsing through Goodwill and I saw this pair of capri pants with this fabric, and I pulled the fabric or the pants out immediately because I love the fabric. But I thought, oh my gosh, it was stuck as a pair of capri pants. How sad. And so immediately I thought, okay, I can easily cut these off into shorts. That was my initial thought. That's super easy for a beginner sewer to just cut and hem. But then it turned out I had enough fabric for the top. So that was super exciting because this is one of my favorite refashion outfits now.
And we tagged Macaira's Instagram account in all of our events info. So if you follow us on Instagram, you can find her account and you can see where this outfit started and how much trendier it became after Macaira got a hold of it.
Yeah, the before and after photos are very interesting. So yeah.
Show us a few more.
Huh?
I said, show us a few more things. I'm so excited.
Yeah, for sure. This one was on the Conscious Closet Club Instagram with me wearing it. So this is one of my favorites too because I found this denim jacket at Goodwill. It was pretty boring. I thought maybe I'd paint on it, but so the body is the original piece. And then I thought, okay, this guy needs something more interesting. So I can put it on too, actually. So what I did is I cut off the sleeves, and then I took a pair of my husband's old jeans and cut off his pant legs. And that's how I got this really dramatic, cool cuff on the side. So this is the inside of his pant leg, and then I just cuffed it. And then I added this shoulder strap here to tie the body back to the light denim in the sleeves.
I love that. Using multiple pieces to create one.
Yeah. And I always keep my denim scraps too because I feel like I use them for so many different things, including just patching other, pairs of jeans that I have.
Yeah. So save your denim scraps, sewers.
Yeah. So this is another denim jacket. This is again Bill Blass, like I was talking about earlier. So definitely think people should go for that over Levi's if you have trouble finding secondhand Levi's. But this one I found in Pasadena, California at a thrift store. And it had stains all over the sleeves and then on the bottom, and they were permanent. So I decided to rescue it, and I chopped off the bottom, which I liked anyway because it has this cool kind of tattered, distressed look. And then for both of the sleeves, I did this whitewash, like a really thin white layer of fabric paint, and then painted these flowers on top on the sleeve first. That took a long time, so I kind of got sick of flowers, and that's why I added this rainbow sleeve on the other side. So yeah, this one was actually on my Etsy shop, and then for weeks I was like, oh, if somebody bought that, I would be devastated. So I took it down, and now it's just mine.
All right, Macaira, just a time update with our not fancy version of Zoom here. You have about 10 minutes left.
Okay, no problem. I just have two or three pieces. So yeah, so these next two are just super easy refashions that I wanted to pull out because I think anybody could do them. So this was a robe that somebody got from a thrift store and gave to me, and I was like, I don't need another robe, but it's wool, so it's really nice, and I just really like the plaid on it. So all I did here was, let's see if I can find it. All I did here was cut the sides open and added a slit on each side, just to give it some more movement and body, so that way when I wear it as a duster, it looks less like a robe. So super easy, just trimmed at the sides. And now it's a sheep duster for fall.
Love it.
And then my final one is this flannel. So it says, "There's a snake in my boot," which is a Toy Story reference, if you've seen that. I hope most people have. And I used to work for Disney, so I saw this on another retailer's website, actually. I think it was $50, but, you know, I worked for Disney, and I was like, oh, this is so cute, I have to have it, but wasn't willing to shell out $50. So I just got this flannel and the paint, and I think I spent $7 in total to just put all this lettering on here. So even if you don't feel confident in your own lettering skills, you can buy some stencils, and there's a super easy flannel project for you.
A great tip.
Yeah, so that's all. I have some other things we can talk about if you have questions, but go ahead with what other questions or thoughts you have, Miranda.
Yeah, I think I just wanted to hear briefly just how you got interested in ethical fashion, because Macaira and I actually met in college when we were both at Indiana University, Bloomington, and that's kind of how we connected through extracurricular activities related to, you know, ethical fashion and products and business in general. So what really got you started?
Yeah. So my freshman year in college, I thought, okay, I want to go into product development, and I was studying apparel merchandising. So I joined a club called Enactus, where I met Miranda, and they spoke about a trip to Ecuador where we were going to do product development with fair trade artisans. So immediately I thought, okay, great, I want to be on this trip. It has to do with product development. But in the months leading up to the trip, we did some research on fair trade, and I kind of joined that local community in our college town. And, you know, it just got me thinking about labor conditions and garment workers. And that's not something I had ever considered before. And I think most people haven't. So, yeah, just being exposed to that information really changed my view of the whole fashion industry.
Yeah, so I think you and I kind of had the same experience as to how we got interested in the topic. Just once you know, you can't unknow, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
That's great. Well, other than that, do you have like a number one favorite piece in your closet?
So I could not just choose one. I chose two because that's a super hard question. But yeah, I chose two that I wear pretty frequently, and that's how I chose them. So first of all, this black wool hat, it's from a company called Equal Uprise that works with artisans out of Ecuador. And this one's just great, super versatile. It really elevates an outfit, and it hides a really bad hair day. So that's why I like this guy. And then my other favorite is this camo jacket from Western Denim Bank. This was another thrift store find, and I just really love all the details on it. The embroidery on the back, the grommets and bindings on the front, and then it's got a zipper and a waist tie too. So super lightweight. I can wear it year round, and yeah, I just think it's cool.
That's a great find.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Macaira, for being with us today.